How's it going everyone, Shifty here, and today I'm back with another PvE build video. The build that I'm going to be showing you in today's video is extremely versatile. By that I mean you can use it on a Warlock, Titan, or Hunter. In addition to that, your kinetic weapon slot allows you to use whatever legendary weapon that you want, and your arms will have open slots to slot anti-champion mods. The build that I'm going to be showing you today involves Warmind Cells, except I'm not using a single Ikelos or Seventh Seraph weapon. And the theme of the build is void damage. If you've seen my previous build videos, you'll know I like to start by breaking down the build, then I like to talk about how to use it, and finally I show off some gameplay of the build in action. In some of those previous videos, people questioned if the build could be viable in endgame content. Well, in today's video, the gameplay at the end of the video will be me using this build in the Totem encounter in the Pit of Heresy Dungeon. I'll show the entire encounter and I'm doing it solo. Anyway, before I get into the build, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, so I did mention that you can use this build on any class, but today I'm going to be running a Warlock. Regardless of your class, I would recommend going with a Void subclass. On my Warlock, I'm going with Top Tree Voidwalker, and I'm using the Vortex Grenade. If you're on a Titan, I would recommend Middle Tree or Bottom Tree Sentinel, and you can use whatever grenade you want there. And for Hunters, I would go with Bottom Tree Night Stalker and the Vortex Grenade. So for my armor mods in this one, I'm going to start with my helmet and work my way down. In my helmet, I have double ashes to assets. Those can be replaced with whatever you want, but I like to get that extra super energy from grenade kills. The important mod here is Warmind's Decree, which comes from the seasonal artifact. This makes it so void splash damage final blows have a chance to generate Warmind Cells. Then for my exotic, I have the Controverse Hold, which improves my charged void grenades. In your arms, your two middle mod slots should be open to use whatever you want. I have Grenade Launcher Loader, and I also have the Anti-Barrier Auto Rifle mod to show that you can use an Anti-Champion mod. My combat mod slot here is Global Reach, which makes it so Warmind Cells affect targets at a greater distance. Then in your chest armor, you're free to choose the two middle mod slots again. In my combat mod slot here, I have Rage of the Warmind, which is a solar mod, so it can only go in solar armor. That mod adds additional solar damage to explosions of Warmind Cells that I destroy. Then in my leg armor, the two middle mod slots are open to use for whatever again. However, in my combat mod slot here, I have Fireteam Medic, which is also a solar mod, so this can only go in solar armor. Fireteam Medic makes it so destroying a Warmind Cell creates a burst of healing for you and allies near you. Then in my bond, since I am using a special grenade launcher, I have Breach and Clear, but you don't have to use that if you don't want to. The important mod here is Wrath of Rasputin, which is another solar mod, so you need yet another solar piece of armor. This makes it so solar splash damage final blows have a chance to create Warmind Cells. Then for my kinetic weapon, I have the Chroma Rush Auto Rifle. Like I said, you can put whatever your favorite legendary weapon is here. For your energy weapon, I would highly recommend a Void special grenade launcher like Truth Teller, preferably one with spike grenades if you have it. Then for my heavy weapon, I went with a real standout this season, which is Deathbringer. In theory, you could really swap out Deathbringer for a Void legendary rocket launcher. That would free up the build so you could use an exotic in a different slot. So now that I've gone over every aspect of the build, I want to go over what Warmind's Decree will work with here. Warmind's Decree will make it so my super, my grenade launcher, and my rocket launcher will all generate Warmind Cells. Global Reach will make it so they have an effect at a greater distance. Rage of the Warmind makes it so when I destroy a Warmind Cell, it does extra solar damage. Fireteam Medic makes it so when I destroy a cell, it will heal me. Wrath of Rasputin with Rage of the Warmind will make it so when I destroy a Warmind Cell and kill enemies with that explosion, I have a chance to generate additional Warmind Cells. Alright, this build is pretty simple to use, but I still want to go over how to use it really quickly. As I just mentioned, this build is extremely easy to use. Your goal here is to get kills with your void abilities and weapons. Doing so should generate a Warmind Cell with Warmind's Decree. Then when you destroy Warmind Cells and there's more enemies in the vicinity, any kills you get from that Warmind Cell have a chance to generate additional Warmind Cells. Again, like I said, you can use your grenade launcher, your super, or your Deathbringer. As I mentioned earlier in the video, in just a moment I'm going to be showing you the Totem encounter from the Pit of Heresy Dungeon using this build. In that gameplay, you'll notice that you can really snowball this build. What I mean by that is once you get one Warmind Cell going, you can constantly have Warmind Cells sitting around the entire arena. That's really all I have to say about the build. It works surprisingly well for the Totem encounter in the Pit of Heresy, so I hope you enjoy that gameplay. Now, let's get into it.